because for some reason the stream isn't going that way, but it doesn't matter. How y'all doing today? It's going to have to be vertical instead of horizontal. Not how I intended, but we don't always get what we want or what we deserve. How is everybody today? Is happy Sunday, happy Memorial Day weekend for everybody that's celebrating. Shout out to all the veterans and active duty military out there that because freedom's not free. Shout out to all those individuals, past, present, and future. So it is Sunday. I wanted to go live a little bit today. Just put the daughter down. Hopefully she will stay in bed this evening. How did you guys doing today? How did you do today? Are you working? Are you still doing DoorDash? And why is it still worth doing that app? Is it still worth doing food delivery? Now that topic might be very boring to some of you, and you'll have a mirage of answers. However, we'll get into that and much, much more. I used to do these Sunday Lives every week for about 3 years. And I haven't done one. I've done maybe 2 or 3 Sunday Lives in the last 3 or 4 months. Haven't done a lot. But tonight I said, you know what? It just feels the moon and sun and the stars aligned. Let's do a live. Let's tap in with the individuals. See how you guys are doing. Give you guys a place. My StreamYard wasn't working. The horizontal's not working, so it's going to have to be vertical. Not how I like it, but it's okay. Let me see who we got here. I got the chat pulled up. I see my man Kevin, Nate, Andres, Johan. What's up? What's up? John. Let's see who else we got here. Austin, what's up, man? John says, Pedro, I've been trying to tell you for a long time it's not even food delivery anymore. 70% groceries. Yeah, I knew about that. Especially on DoorDash, everything is shop and pay. You barely get food orders. The apps are definitely pushing that kind of shop and pay option. A lot of the apps. And that's, people are really, the apps are incentivizing, and the consumer base is obviously looking at their time, and shopping takes time. People don't like doing it. So now DoorDash has that option. So what up, Jen? Island Time, always good to see you. What up? So I get so many caterings on DoorDash. That's great. I love it. But is the food delivery still worth it? I really don't think it is. I think for such a long time, right? I was so comfortable doing DoorDash, comfortable doing this app. I'm still very comfortable right now doing the apps that I do. And when you stay comfortable, it can become stagnant. And you don't know what you don't know because you're not looking for different opportunities. And recently, I've been doing a lot of research this week on other ways to make money. I just have. And some would say, well, you're kind of late to the game with the medical courier and this and that. And there's roadside assistance apps. If you got a jump starter, if you know how to change a spare tire, if you know how to inflate or repair a tire, if you know how to do certain things, take lug nuts off of cars, there's so many opportunities out there for a lot of you guys that you might not be aware of because you're comfortable with food delivery. Caribbean Casanova, appreciate that. Pedro must be selling cocoa, looking like Narcos. What's that? Appreciate the $1.99, man. Thank that. Cray, how you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for being a channel member for 23 months, 2 years. Cray, now in the house. So the food delivery, nothing wrong with it. But as we start to expand and use that wonderful thing called Google, and use that wonderful thing that we know about our marketplace, because your marketplace might be different than mine, you can explore a lot more opportunities that are going to be way better paying. Because right now, the food delivery, your average order is $6. The average order that you see in an app is about $6. Hey, nothing wrong with $6 going a mile or two. Hey, a lot of us do it, right? But that's just going to keep you comfortable and keep you right where you're at right now. And most of us that are doing these apps aren't where we want to be. Let's be honest with ourselves. You're probably not where you want to be financially. You might not be where you want to be the amount of time that you're working in the gig economy or mixed in with your W-2. You probably haven't hit the goals you want to hit yet. Not all of y'all, but most of us. So why continue to do the same thing and expect a different result? There are a lot of other ways to make money out here. Is food delivery still it for you? That's the question tonight. I want to see who else has some options or some answers. What up, Chris? How you doing? I'm in their secret catering program. That's what's up. Thomas, what's up, man? How you doing? Everybody, if you're watching right now, say hi in the chat so I can shout you out. Appreciate you guys for coming in. I don't know how long we'll be live. I wanted to do it on the StreamYard. I was having issues with that on the laptop. and then I had it set up, and it won't let me go vertical, so it won't let me go horizontal, so we'll have to do vertical right now. So shout out to all you guys. Marty, what's up? What's up? Always a pleasure. Several catering orders have no tip even. Absolutely, Marty, 100%. I'm 100% not where I want to be. So John, being transparent with us, he is 100% not where he wants to be. Thank you for that. I will also share some transparency. I am not where I want to be with the amount of time and effort I'm putting in my vehicle still. And monetarily, I'd like to be making a little more money. I'm not chasing dollars and cents, because if I was, I'd be doing other things. But I do have amounts that I need to hit, and amounts that are going to allow me to save more, and amounts that's going to allow me to invest more. And I'm not where I want to be. So the more that I continue to deliver $6 orders, man, you got to deliver 1 million of those just to even make any kind of money if you're really thinking about it, right? Talk about DoorDash reducing the suggested tip. Yeah. Well, that's because consumers don't want to tip. They're tip fatigued out. Tip fatigue is a real thing. They don't want to do it. They want to still have the value and the convenience, and they're used to having groceries ordered for them, shop for them, delivered, food delivery, McDonald's, catering, whatever. But they don't want to tip. And part of me doesn't necessarily blame them anymore. However, that doesn't help us. So it is kind of a bad look. What up, Laura? 5% is the new default on catering orders on DoorDash. That's crazy to me, 5%. Laura says, hey, Pedro, do you feel delivery drivers are at high risk for being a victim of a crime? When your opinion on delivery of an e-bike? I think it will be market dependent. I think if you're in a market that the crime isn't good and you're working at night, yes, you're putting yourself at a high risk. 100%. That's the cat. We got a new cat like 2 months ago. She's around here. I do think that. I think if you're definitely working at night, and if you're on a bike, you really got to be safe. Just with even just driving or biking around, and if you're at night, if you're in a city, this kind of work can be dangerous. But it's also going to be about what how much you working. Are you, being selective with the orders that you take? But I definitely think there's some danger in this. Mr. Ryan, what up, what up? Nobody's happy when they are, but some of us have a plan for a better tomorrow. Absolutely. Top customer is the biggest laugh when I see it. I've heard about this top customer thing. I obviously haven't done DoorDash in like almost 11 months. So top customer is kind of like, it reminds me of when I would deliver that, and it says a priority customer or priority order. That's basically a customer, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I'm imagining that's a customer that orders a lot, right? They order a lot, and that app values them because of the amount that they order and the amount that they're paying. So, Giggity, always a pleasure, bro. What up, Justin? How you doing? After long, thoughtful consideration, I have come to the conclusion that these apps suck. They can. I think for some of us, they're really good. We can still advocate for them. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think for the vast majority, as time goes along, and I've been saying it for the last couple of years, the longer you stay in it, the harder it will become. So shout out to the 102 in the building. Hit that thumbs up. Let's get the 50 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Cray, yeah. Gig Giggity's always. I haven't seen Gig Giggity in a minute, man. He used to always be a staple of the lives, Funny guy. I did a short about $300 sushi catering to a house with a Ferrari in the driveway, $5 tip. Yeah, some rich people don't tip. That's how they stay rich. So it's kind of interesting. So definitely. Beta Males United. Single guy advice needed. How do you find time? How do you find time to find love when you stuck delivering DoorDash 6 hours a week? How do you find love? Listen, I have no idea. Kolaya with the $10 girlfriend. What are you doing? Love you. How you doing? I gotta heart that. I always say hi to Kolaya, please. She's one of my beautiful human beings in this world. How do you find love? Doing food delivery, working 60 hours a week? That'd be really tough. Because you're doing a job that some women aren't going to really value necessarily, because you ain't going to have time for them. You probably ain't going to have money to take them out. That's a tough thing. I think you got to stack some money. Don't worry about finding love. Let it happen organically. Let your universes collide. If you're looking to find a woman, if you're looking to find a man, you're probably not going to find them, or you're going to find the wrong one. Stick to making money. Stick to focusing on you. Don't worry about chasing love. That's what I would say. That's the Dr. Phil advice for y'all. Kolaya, appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I'm going to have to give that back to you somehow one day. Shout out from KC. Yeah, KC's enough. My brother's in KC. DoorDash's main goal is every order $1 a mile or less. Yeah. Yes, Kolaya in the house. See, I know when I do these Sunday lives, I'm gonna get some people that you know like to come to these lives, and that's great. So I have embraced their shopping orders. I prefer them over. When I was doing DoorDash, the shopping, I was an advocate for those. I do believe the shopping orders universally they're going to pay more cash flow than the DoorDash deliveries, but you know, it's going to take obviously more time and there's obviously more work involved, but shopping is definitely where you want to be. So, what up, Rick? Always good to see you. What up? What up? Big Gucci, so Mike. Hairline like James Harden, way back. My hairline's way back? Okay. Maybe you're talking about somebody else. I don't know. I think my hairline's doing, I mean, maybe it's way back, but I am 43 years old, so it's okay. It's fine. Patrick, thanks for the 5, man. Thank you so much. What's Patrick got to say? Thanks for all your help the last 4 years working DoorDash. 21,000 deliveries? Wow. Had my fourth $400 day today. Congratulations, which is good for my Ohio market. $400 in any day is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for sharing the wealth, $5. Appreciate that very, very much. Appreciate that gig. Hey, hold on, y'all. I think Ruby needs something real quick. Hold on. I'm going to take y'all upstairs with me real quick. We on daddy duty, and I thought she was asleep, but maybe she's not. So we'll take a little walk. I'm going to mute it in a second, though. Hold on. Daddy duty calls, y'all. Okay, so yeah, those shopping pages are obviously really good, but you know, Ruby, yeah, Ruby's my girl. We spent all day together today. We went to church in the morning. That was great. We saw Lilo and Stitch the movie. Came back and chilled. Went out to dinner. Came back. Bat time, story time, bedtime, live time. Pedro looks handsome with the new mustache, by the way. I'll take it. Is eventually I'm gonna trim it to there, the Bruno Mars style look, and then I'll grow the beard back out. But it was a different change, you know, why not? Shout out from mental hospital. Actually, the nurses let me have my phone back. Hey, great. Shout out to you. Mental health. Keep strong. The Escobar. I'm taking it old school, man. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Hello from Detroit. What up, Jeff? How you doing, man? The movie was pretty good. It was very true to the cartoon that came out, what? That Lilo and Stitch cartoon was 20 years ago, right? Roughly. It was pretty right on board with that, but live action, it was actually pretty good. I don't watch a lot of the Disney live actions. They're not that great. But I think Lilo and Stitch is one that's hard to mess up, and they did a really good job. So, to the original, the cartoons, I mean, usually the cartoons are better for me, but I thought this one was pretty good. The acting was all right. The little girl to play Lilo was really cute. So, it was a good movie. What else we got up in here? Are you a medical courier now? Yes, on 2 apps. I got approved for 2 apps. I haven't even started looking and haven't worked them yet, but I'll be documenting how those apps go. I'll give you the good, the bad, the ugly, what's worth them, what's good, what isn't. I'll be talking about that in the next upcoming month or so. So, we probably. Can you show us your earnings from the last 6 with your private info redacted? You want to see my earnings? Well, they're on that phone, but I definitely work the gig economy. Anybody that sees me in St. Louis knows that, but I appreciate your concern. Can't show them right now because they're on that phone. So, sorry. NA99, I'm doing good. How are you? Are you suing DoorDash? Listen, the video I made yesterday, I'm going to say something right now. Am I suing DoorDash? Not actively. Would I ever? You know, I'm not really sure. But there'll be a video that I'll make when I'm able to make it, when all the stuff, the lawsuit that I'm going through is over with, and it will explain a lot to what's happening and what's going on. I can't wait to make that video for you guys, and God willing, it will be made probably pretty soon. It's going to be very eye-opening for the community, but I'm being very patient, diligent, and measured, but we'll see. Appreciate that, Gig Star Deb B delivers. How you doing? So I just, I think, I guess tonight's live, if I could change one person or two or three, right, out of the 115 of y'all, hit that thumbs up. If I can get a couple of us just to think outside of the food delivery $6 to $7 average and think about, hey, is it medical courier? Is it private clients? Is it maybe a tri-chair for your market? Is it a catering app? Is it roadside assistance? Okay, I want you to think about this for a second. There are apps. I'll give you one app, for example, Uber. Anybody that has the Uber app, especially rideshare, I believe with Uber Eats as well. But my account is with a rideshare. Started with rideshare and I added Uber Eats. If you have a flat tire, if you have a dead battery, if your car won't start, they give you free roadside assistance. I think it's like 3 or 4 a year. Even at the basic level, your stats and tiers don't even matter actually. To where if you don't even have to be on an active delivery, guys, or an active rideshare. I'm giving y'all some free games. Some of y'all know this already, I'm sure. Many of y'all do. You could call that roadside assistance and somebody will come jumpstart your car, fix a flat for you, get your keys out of your car if you locked your keys in. Roadside assistance. Okay, many of you through your auto insurance might have that. Maybe you have AAA, but many people don't, right? So it's a free perk of being an Uber driver. I've used that twice, 2 or 3 times actually over the last 5 years that I've had the app. Okay. Each time didn't cost me anything. And each time another independent contractor working through another third-party app that Uber uses, because you call and you do it in through the Uber app, and then that job goes out into the ether of the universe to other gig workers like you and I, and somebody will show up to your car and help you. And it's a gig worker that does it. It's not a W-2. At least not the times that I've seen it, right? And that person, they come in regular street clothes, there's no uniform, and they change your tire for you, fix your flat, unlock your automobile, jumpstart your car. And many times, if it's a jumpstart, it will take less than 5 minutes that they're there. And that person's getting paid $30 to $100 to do it. You could sign up. There are apps for that. There are gigs for that. There are boards where you can put your information by having just that simple type of equipment. And that's a whole another realm of the gig economy that's way beyond and situationally could be better for you than delivering a $6 bag of McDonald's. Something just to think about, right? I have 2 jump starters. I can change a tire, okay? And a few other drills and other, if I invest $200 to $300 worth of additional tools, I could easily get on these apps and have that app running while I'm doing my gigs. And hey, there's a $50, $60 gig opportunity. Oh, that person's okay. They're 10 miles away, whatever. It's going to take an hour of my time, but I'm going to make 50 or 60 bucks. It's basically like if you're doing a good catering or a banger DoorDash order, right? That's where we got to be in 2025 and beyond. These food delivery apps are going to continue to go down. So where's the dollars? Where are the dollars? And that's one of the many opportunities that I've been finding. So, Lorena, what up? What up? How your weekend is going? Good. How was the movie? Movie was great. Jess, how are you? Happy Memorial Day to you. How you doing? Yeah, Quali says, hey, chat, hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. You look like a cartel boss with the new shave. Hey, I appreciate that. Narcos, St. Louis style. Delivering that white, the pure white through the DoorDash app. U-Ship is all about how heavy your truck is. Really? That's an app I haven't signed up for, but I did talk about that and heard about that. Brandon, what's up, man? I get itchy just thinking about not having that nice insulated red bag in my passenger seat. I hear you, man. Haven't had that bag in my car in a while. Pedro, a lot of these medical courier apps are location specific or weird to get onto. Absolutely. That's why in that video, and I do stress, it will be market to market. But if you do Google searches for your marketplace, you're going to get many times things that are filtered to your precise location. So what you're going to see is going to be relevant to you many times. or it might be relevant to a county or city or state if you're right next to a state line right by you. So if you can spend every week 30 minutes to an hour, which is not a lot of time, if you could spend 30 minutes to an hour every week, this is my challenge for you tonight, right? 30 minutes to an hour once a week. So maybe 30 minutes in the morning, on a Monday morning before you start your week or whatever, or Monday night, or Sunday night. Instead of watching this live, spend 30 minutes doing some research, getting some contacts out there, seeing what other opportunities beyond food delivery are available to you. I think you'll be really surprised. Because in most marketplaces, you're going to have 25 to 50 opportunities you did not know about. That some people might think, oh, I can't get in that. I don't know about that. It's the ones that try that are having the success. It's the ones that aren't that are going to continue to stay exactly where they're at. Like I said in the beginning of the live, are you at where you want to be financially and with your work-life balance? If you're not, do 30 minutes to an hour every week. Do your own research as an independent contractor to figure out exactly what those opportunities, what doors can I open for myself? Because DoorDash and all these other apps, there's only so many doors within the app. There's literally a pizza program and a catering and maybe shop and pay and a tier program and a work hub on Uber Eats, and that's it, right? Walmart Sparks got the pharmaceutical options, and then shop and pays and curbside. Like, there's only so many doors within the app. There are a lot more opportunities when you expand the mind, do some research. Google is amazing, and it will be market specific, but I think 30 minutes to an hour is a realistic amount of time we can spend to try to level up our money. Because even if you add a couple of apps or opportunities, okay? Because I'm talking about apps, they might not be as easy as getting on DoorDash. It will take you more time. That's why every week it should be 30 minutes to an hour. Okay? Every single week, even if you feel like you're doing all right, 30 minutes to an hour of some personal growth and development and research into making other streams of revenue, other ways of making money, apps, other gigs, whatever it is. That's what you have to invest. You have to invest that time into yourself, and it will pay you over the course of time. I promise you that. But you got to do it every week, 30 minutes to an hour. Okay? What up, Joe? What up, Chuck? How you doing, man? I work for a few local last mile delivery companies. There's Humbology that keeps me busy for 8 to 12 hours every day. Haven't looked back at food delivery since. Absolutely. And you probably started that. Tell us when you started. At least a couple years ago, right? Right? So you were in the beginning stages of when other people started talking about it, knowing about it. There are other apps right now that we don't even know about, many people aren't talking about, and they're gatekeeping them, and that's fine. That are out there as opportunities, and most of us are still just ordering and doing the DoorDash and the rideshare, and there's nothing wrong with that. This isn't to shame anybody. This isn't to, you shouldn't feel guilty for making money. However, 30 minutes to an hour every week, looking at other opportunities, ones that I haven't spoken about, your mom hasn't spoken about, that you don't know about, they are out there. Okay? W-2 and businesses are turning their work and their pay structure, a lot of them, into 1099s. And that trend's going to continue to grow because it saves the companies a lot of money, a lot of benefits, a lot of labor costs, because they shift all their work, or some of it, a large percentage of it, to 1099, and they don't have to pay us benefits, and they don't have to give us uniforms, and they don't have to, you know what I mean? It's all done digitally on these apps, and they like it like that. Okay? They like it like that. Daphne, how you doing? How are Pedro? I have new jobs now, more full-time delivery. That's great. Love to hear that. Is it me, or do you ever get tired of working for an app, even if you are your own boss? Absolutely, I get tired of it sometimes, 100%. Roy, how you doing, man? Hello, gig employees. Good evening. What's up, man? How you doing? Roy, I can't wait for you to watch a video I'm going to have coming out soon. Manny, how you doing, man? Island. Model 3 dude, don't waste your time with Roadie. They suck. Roadie it's not great for me all the time. However, situationally, it's good. And I think the people that like it have what's called Roadie XD. Those are bigger loads. They probably got a cargo van, a Sprinter van. They got a pickup truck. Those sometimes will allow you to see more cash flow, bigger payouts. The pharmaceutical runs will be good here and there. They're basically like doing a decent sized food delivery. But you're not making a lot of money with those. You're just not. I need to catch back your video. I am working too much. Hey, keep working. Please don't watch my videos. If you don't have the time for my videos, that's okay. If you can, great. But continue to grind, meet your goals. You do not, I would rather you make money than watch one of my videos. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, Knicks, man, it's crazy. I was rooting for them actually because our friend Hannibal is a New York guy, but the Pacers are playing really good ball right now. I'm not trying to be negative, but I have paid my bills using Uber and DoorDash. My friend is a doctor from Peru, and he made $753 doing roadie runs. Love that. No, it's not negative at all. That's fantastic. Everybody's experience will be different. This isn't about shaming, or I don't have the answers for you guys, right? But all I can do is share with what works for me or what hasn't worked for me. And my challenge is 30 minutes to an hour every week, looking at other opportunities in your marketplace. Because what works for me in St. Louis might not work for somebody in Florida or Vegas or LA or Ohio or North Carolina or Texas or New York, South Carolina, Colorado. Drop your zone in the chat, y'all. It's going to be very different because companies can be exclusive to a marketplace or a region. And a lot of these companies that we're talking about are regional type courier apps, regional type gigs that are Midwest or just this state or even just this city sometimes. And I might show you an app in St. Louis. It might not be anywhere else, but you might have an opportunity with a quick Google search, spending your 30 minutes to an hour every week, which is not a lot of time. We all have 30 minutes to 1 hour every week. All of us do. That's 15 minutes, 4 days a week. That's 1 hour every Sunday night. That's 30 minutes, 2 days a week, 30 minutes on Thursday, 30 minutes on a Monday. That's 10 minutes. You can do a lot in 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes, 6 days out the week. Everybody has an hour, 60 minutes every single week to try to find a better opportunity, a different opportunity. And I'm not saying deactivate all the apps, blah, 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 blah. No. But add one or two. With the rest of this year, we're pretty much halfway through the year. You got 6 more months. We're halfway through. You should be able to realistically add 3 more opportunities to your phone, to your W-2, whatever it is. 3 more opportunities that you're trying. And out of those 3, maybe only 1 will be good. So over the next 6 months, you're adding 1 opportunity, 1 gig, 1 whatever to make more money. That's realistic. I'm not telling you you're going to make $1 million. You need to have 20 apps. They're all going to be great. You can add and find 3 in your marketplace. I promise you can. And out of those 3, you're going to like 1 of them. That's the odds. That's what the numbers say. Think about how many apps you have. How many apps you have? You got 10 apps? I bet you probably only use 3 of them that are decent. You got 3 apps? I bet 1 of them is your bread and butter. You got 6 apps? I bet 2 of them are probably the ones you like and the other ones you think are trash. So get another 3. You'll like 1. And then thank me later. Pay to play. What up, what up? Pedro said I was going to make $1 jillion. 7 figure. What up, man? How you doing, brother? What are your thoughts about market caps? Do you believe DoorDash caps the amount of earnings that you can make daily, weekly? No. But what I do think, there's a cap with how much you work. Meaning this, if you're going to work 40 hours, you're going to make about the same every week. If you're going to work 80 hours, and you'll make about the same every week. But they're not capping you once you hit $500. They're not just shutting it down and shadow pausing. They'll still send you stuff. So I think most markets are going to have about the average. And I do think companies kind of know what that average is and will feed you based on that. So the more you work, and they don't put a cap on that, the more you're going to make overall. Not in profits, but total, right? But I don't think there's like a number for each driver. I think it's more in the indication of how much you're working. And that's why we see these averages. Oh, this guy worked 30 hours. He's usually making about that. That's because that's your marketplace, not the app necessarily. And it's also the amount of time you're willing and able to give the gig economy. Because I know if I work 30 or 40 hours, I know exactly about what I'm going to make. That's just what St. Louis is, right? Good question, though. I think I can see both sides of that argument. I don't think there's a dollar amount. I think it's more about how much you're working. And then that hour you're working per week is going to average out to be about the same at the end of the week. Hope that makes sense. Roy says we're capped. Cap on no cap? Cap on cap? Rob Glow, what's up? What's up? Yeah, it depends on drivers in the area too. Absolutely. We don't have any control over that. The apps kind of do though. We know DoorDash does. They definitely have. They can kick you off, not let you schedule. Uber does some shady things too. I'll get on. You can always get on, but sometimes you'll get kicked off randomly. Yeah, there's something. There could be something to that, but obviously, I just think it's the amount of hours you're going to work. The average per hour at the end of the week is going to be about the same, what you make. Samantha, what up? What up? Who haven't said hi to? Say what's up in the chat. We'll see who else is here. So, what are the best money market gigs? The best money market? Oh, I don't know. I haven't worked. If you're asking what the best market is, I can't say that. I'm not really sure. Hey, Pedro, thanks for all the help over the year. I work STL area. Ooh, mostly South County. Okay. Lindbergh, I'm over there. You channel helped me when I was starting out greatly. Derek, appreciate that, man. If you ever see me out, say what's up, man. Shout out to STL. Yeah, not like app manipulation, just when drivers start in the AM. Hello from Kazakhstan. Did you hear this country? Kazakhstan, what's up? How you doing? I don't think that's being capped, Roy. Because in order to be capped, there'd have to be, think about this. Think about a glass of water or a bottle of water. It has a cap on it, right? You can only fill so much in that bottle and then put the cap on. It only has 20 ounces, right? So that's what a cap would mean. You guys are saying there's a cap, you can only get 20 ounces of water in here, right? The reason we're not capped is because we can have an endless amount of bottles. Okay? So if I cap my 20 ounces in that bottle, I just grab another bottle, or I work more and I get more water. That's why there's no cap. I think that's probably a pretty good analogy. So I don't think that's why I don't think there's a cap in that sense. Hope that makes sense. I think it's 200 every 12 hours total cap. I don't know. If I work 12 hours, I'm definitely making more than $200. So, but I will say, for argument's sake, if you're talking about just one app, and I think that's how the question was directed, do you think DoorDash caps you? I don't know. But we have the ability to not cap ourselves. But I also think if you work 12 hours on DoorDash and only make 200, your market's not that strong then, because you should make more than that. I do believe that. Consumers are delivery fee fatigued. I agree with that. So many charges on top of the monthly fee. Absolutely right. And by the time they got tipped, most of the lowballing tips. Consumers are hurting. Most of us, there's 130 of us here. None of us are rich. None of us have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. Like maybe one or two of y'all do, but most of us have struggled or are currently struggled or remember what it's like to struggle. So when you order a Chipotle bowl and it costs $30 with a suggested tip, that's crazy. And customers are either not doing it or they're saying, I'm not tipping the $4 or $5. I'm only going to pay 25 or 26 for this Chipotle bowl. So consumers are definitely tip fatigued. They're price gouged. The inflation's crazy. It's not getting better and it hasn't gotten better. So it's a great point. Throttled. Yeah, John, I could see throttled sometimes more than being capped, because there's been times, there was my cat just walking right in front of the get down. There's been times that I've definitely, the app's kicked you off or you feel like it slows down. But then you're also still able to get back on and earn money. So the water, in order for there to be a cap, there has to be the faucet has to completely shut off. You can't get no more water into the cup. That doesn't happen. You'll still get offers and opportunities. You just will. I've never seen it to where it just, boom, it's the end of the week, it's Sunday at 4 p.m. and the app says you've made enough this week and you get no opportunities. That's never happened to not one person that I've ever recorded. So that's why there's not a cap. I think I just theorized it pretty good. Jacksonville in the house. What up, what up, what up? Sydney, good night. How you doing? Canada in the house. What's up? What's up? Donald Trump wants us that to be the 51st state. 42% AR. All right. LOL. No problem. Good night. So yeah, I just, look at, hopefully some of y'all got the process and mindset of that 30 minutes to an hour every week. Look at other opportunities. Don't let anybody on YouTube tell you what the app is that's great. You could use that as advice and maybe a stepping stone to a Google search. Hey, maybe that app might work for me. But you might have opportunities in your marketplace that I don't have, or somebody in Florida or California doesn't have. So it's up to you to really find that information out. And 30 minutes to an hour every week of doing some research to grow your own money is should be commonplace for us. It really should. Okay. I've been saving up for 250-gallon smoker. I'm trying to get all certified and start a little weekend side hustle company selling at farmers markets. Oh, I love that in Ohio and not. Love that, man. I've been saving up. See? I love that shit. Appreciate that, Island Time. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Thank you for information and for keeping it real. Always, man. I always keep it real. We might not agree. I'm not always right, but I will always speak my mind and share my experience. I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. Advice for you. What's up? Yeah, Pedro's live. I don't go live as much anymore, especially on Sundays, but today was just a really great day, and I'm feeling like positive and just wanted to go live and just kind of share that challenge for you guys and see what you guys are thinking, how you feeling about these apps. You know, if you're not making, excuse me, if you're continually making about the same amount of money with the way inflation and everything else is going, you got to make a decision for yourself, you know? Junebug, how you doing? Sent one Pedro gift membership. Oh, who got a gift? Oh, Ryan, what's up? Ryan got gifted a membership from Junebug. Thank you, Junebug. And Ryan, congrats. Ryan's always rocking with us. Congrats, Ryan. Everybody say thanks, Junebug, in the chat. Marty McFly guy says, I like Roadie as multi-app option. Yeah, I do use it as a multi-app. Actually, this week with Roadie, I made more than I have in the last maybe month or so. Just this week, I think I made almost $100 on Roadie. That's not a lot of money, but I, excuse me, I use it as a filler. Because when you submit a roadie, it's like 10 to 15 minutes you got to wait. So I'll take a roadie going in the direction of where I'm going to go already, or one that's close to Walmart, and I'm doing a Walmart, and I got the roadie waiting, and the timing of it sometimes can be really good. And most of my roadies are $6 for a mile, or up to 13 to maybe $18 for 2 or 3 or 4 miles, and it's kind of a filler app, and it can hit sometimes. But if I was only making money on roadie, we'd be eating ramen noodles every night at the Santiago household. So if my boy Trader was live, his offer sucked. Yeah, man. Shout out to Trader. Gig Bell Toes, going through my stuff. I had to go back to W2, unfortunately. I'm going to be sharing something for the Gig Bell Toes here this week. Shout out to Gig Bell. If you have that information, you can put it and I'll pin it in chat. Cartwheel, yeah. So I've looked into Cartwheel. I believe Cartwheel isn't. Is it just an app like Deliver It or Deliver That, or is Cartwheel a company like Easy Cater? Because I haven't done all the research on it yet, but I've heard about it. Toast Trucking, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a long time. And shout out to Junebug again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Should have brought my water down here. Mom of 2 CF Warriors. How you doing? Cartwheel, Jackrabbit. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to do a little more research on that. I've definitely heard about it. Getting ready to go to work the next hour. I work at Amazon, and for Memorial Day, I will make time and a half. Nice. Plus 8 hours. I currently make 22. 15 an hour. Can't wait for that pay to post. Love that, man. Love that. Glad they're paying you guys that for the holidays, as they should. Great. Take advantage of those hours. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, Steve. Appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe while you're here. We talk about the gig economy. We talk about we try to motivate ourselves, think outside the box. I'm also on a sobriety journey. I haven't had alcohol in 255 days. So yeah, I want to share something with you guys. I want to be a little real, because somebody said, "I'll teach you how you keep it real, Pedro." This is one of my journals. I'm on my 4th one. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. I'm on my 4th journal. These are 8-week journals. I was gifted this journal, one of these. I got another stack of 2 right here I haven't even opened up yet. Okay, you get them from Amazon. I was gifted this last November for my birthday, and I started journaling every morning. This is my last completed journal I just did. Okay, you guys can see there's writings in here every day. Okay, it's a little card my girl got me. She made that for me. A little thing on the back. And I journal every morning. It's the first or second thing I do in the morning. And I'm gonna share with you guys what I journal, not what I wrote, but what this journal's about. It's helped me a lot. And this helps with the gig economy because it helps you set your mindset, your goals, your day. So every day there's a date on here, a day, da da da. Priority of the day, 3 priorities of every day. So I challenge you guys, 30 minutes to an hour every week. Try doing something like this as well. It might be helpful for you. Maybe many people do this already. This isn't a new idea, but it's helped me. Priority of the day. You write 3 priorities every day. You start your day with this. I am grateful for another 3 things. Some days will be the same. Sometimes they're going to be very different. A daily affirmation. So this is you as a man or a woman affirming yourself. A daily affirmation. I'll just read what I wrote right here. This is from 4/28/25. I wrote, I can do for others first. Damn, it's messy. I can do for others first. That was my daily affirmation. I told myself in the morning when I woke up, I can do for other people before I do for myself. And then at the end of every day, it's the last thing I do most days, highlights of the day, 3 highlights. What are the highlights of my day? Good things. Sometimes they're not good things, but it was a highlight, and that's okay. And then what I learned today, write that down. So if you can implement these things, Amazon, get these at Amazon. Scan this QR code right here. I'm going to leave it up on the screen. I believe that's the realization. Journal code. A warm note to say, a small friendly amount of your support is everything. Thank you for everything. We are honored to have you on our team. Yeah, maybe scan that code. Right there. A book of 4 of these is like $18. Okay? A book of 4 of these is $18. $18. I carry this with me. Even when I'm doing my delivery notes, I take note, or my deliveries, I take notes, looking at my day. This is part of having that mindset of like really trying to level up your life, level up your whatever. It's not just all gig economy, but I do believe when you're seeing and thinking more clearly and doing for other people, that translates, at least for me, into my work most of the time. It doesn't mean everything's great. It doesn't mean I'm always in a great mood, okay? But when you start your day and end your day with some positivity, some affirmations, some realistic, some goal settings, some looking at your day, how did I do? When you start and end your day like that, it's been a game changer for me. What, I can't read my own handwriting? Bobby, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? $4 p.m. unlocks the schedule. Da-da-da. Yes, Lewis, I sell the bottle farts for $3.50. Thomas, appreciate that, bro. Thanks, man. Welcome to the support level. Is that my boy Bobby? Oh, yeah, Bobby. Yeah, that is Bobby. Bobby and Kalai, y'all was always on the podcast with Hannibal. Yeah, man. Missed those days. Maybe one day we'll get that back, but Hannibal and I needed to pause. We were spending a lot of time on YouTube, and it was good for me not to have that every, balance is important. But Sergeant, how you doing? I couldn't read my own password the other day. Freaked me out. That's kind of funny, actually. So 30 minutes to an hour every week, finding other opportunities beyond food delivery. Please start to do that. Okay, you can add 3 more apps the rest of the year, or opportunities. Forget about the word app. Call it an opportunity. And out of those 3, one of them should be good for you, to where you're going to start to make a little bit more, because maybe you're doing DoorDash or Uber or Spark a little bit less. Okay, so if you're working, let's say you're working 8 hours a day. Okay, you're working 8 hours a day. If you can fill one of those hours out of the 8 with a high-paying gig or opportunity that you would not have likely had doing DoorDash, Uber, or Spark. Okay, so if you're making 20 to 25 bucks an hour when you're working the gig apps that you currently have, but every day you get one opportunity from another app and it's paying you 50, 60, 100 bucks, you just doubled or tripled your money. If you can do that one time a day, 5 days a week, you can make a couple $100 more every week and work the same amount of hours. And that's not me blowing smoke. That's the reality for some of us out there when we try to have something else in our back pocket as an opportunity. Try it. For the rest of the year, try it. But you're going to have to start by doing some research in your city, your marketplace. 30 minutes to an hour spend of doing some research, filling out, can I get on this app, get on a waiting list. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not trying to sell you something that's going to happen tomorrow or next week. Might not happen next month. But you got to do some legwork in the beginning. Be willing to get certified with this. You take a test with that. Get on a open board. Get on some kind of list. Okay, a lot of these apps work way differently than DoorDash, okay? Your 18-buck notebooks makes my spiral bound look like a pacifier. Is that Ruby running up? Or my daughter's crazy. Oh, Thomas, is that right? Oh yeah, I didn't even recognize that. Can I do a wrench right here? Hold on. I don't think I can. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Got it. Gotcha. Just got you right now, bro. Still waiting on Spark. I forgot my time to time because it's been a while. Yeah. If you're still waiting on a wait list, call, email, reach out to them. Hey, I've been waiting. Nothing wrong with a phone call. You talk to the right support agent that might be able to get you through. Okay, so don't just sit and be quiet either if you're on a wait list. You got to speak up for yourself. We're not employees. There's no HR office we can knock on. We have to go out and seek the opportunities ourselves. We have to open up the doors for ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. Appreciate y'all very much for coming in here in tonight's live. Hit that thumbs up so we can get to 100 thumbs up, y'all, if you haven't yet. Appreciate it. Yeah, we got Giggity in here, too. I miss them Bro Science podcast with Hannibal. Yeah, those are some good ones, man. We really had some good times. Me and Hannibal still talk and text, man. He's still a great friend of mine. So he's doing great. I think he hit 100,000 subscribers on his channel. So very proud of him. He's well deserving of that. He's doing amazing things over there, man. I'm so happy for him. Who did you vote for? I voted for your mama. She lost. Do you use Stride? No, I use Solo. I don't use Stride. We use Solo over on this channel. Thought somebody would laugh at that. That's kind of funny. Yes, Gisela. Puerto Rican. You got the flag behind me. You see? Where's it at? Right there. Puerto Riqueño, El Boricua. No, I use a different vehicle, DoorDash. So that's what I have for y'all tonight. I just wanted to come in here and check in. What else you guys got going on in your mind? Oh, speaking of, hold on. Talked about Solo, right? Hey, let me put this up there too. You scan that code if you want. I'll leave it up for a second. There you go. That's not even my code, but it doesn't matter. You can use it anyway. Gig, hustle, repeat. Solo. There you go. Here's this one. Boss of the road. Y'all want some stickers? Email me or something. I'll get Solo to send y'all something. No boss, just me. Look at that. Boom. I got some of these. I should hand them out when I'm out doing deliveries. Thomas, if you're talking to me, yes. Madison got an Infinity M35 to use, but yeah, man, the Santiago household has spent some money this last 40 days, 30 days. Yeah, it's been crazy. Scan this, scan this, scan this. What up, Brian? How you doing, man? I need that in a vinyl. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Acorns. No, I have not used. I know Acorns. I don't use Acorns. I haven't used it. I think that's my daughter up there. So I'm going to end this live. I appreciate y'all. She should be sleeping right now. She's not. But father duty calls, and I'm not going to make her waiting up there. She might just need a hug to go to sleep. And that's what it is. We spent a nice 15 minutes together. I love and appreciate every one of y'all. Any of the new subscribers, thank you. New channel members, all the super chats, I appreciate that very much. Thanks for tapping in with me. I hope you got something from this live. Consider sharing it if you got some value. I'll see you guys in the next video. I do plan on bringing some live actions back to this channel. It might not be Sunday night, so I might pick another night. It might be. But I'm going to start, as the life balance gets a little more leveled out, I'll start bringing some of the lives back because I do have a fun time with them, and I do think we can provide value on this channel. You guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. The rest of it, I'm going to go see to my kid upstairs. Be safe if you're out there working.